Assuming the person who's recommended for approval by the president falls short of one of the criteria, you know, but on top of which he also having recommended, does the president have a right to say no?
It's a supposition. It's a
supposition.
But I want to assure you that at the level of that agency, the likelihood is 0 to 100 that they will recommend someone.
Assuming it's an assumption, because when you say that the president can only, it's only stated here that the president can only accept recommendations. There is nothing stated here that he can reject recommendations. Assuming there is something, because one time when we talk about the letters of the law, we also talk about the spirit of that particular law. If something happens and somebody falls short of one of these recommendations, are you saying the president should just go ahead and say, well, the law doesn't say I can refuse, it only says I should accept, and that's it?
There's a way to that. If you are in the judiciary and maybe you hide that office and you didn't get it, and you have information, it's happening even at the state level. People aspire to be governor or to be senators, and they later find that they have information that this person do not meet the requirement to assume this office. They go to court, and when they get judgment, and look.
You're saying the president should go to court?
No, it's not the president. Aggrieved party. The president is not an aggrieved party.
In this particular case, what happened, Mr. Ojomo?
I've told you that what should happen in this particular case, you see, the spirit of the constitution, fine, but the letter, you follow the letter, what the constitution has instructed you to do. If anybody have genuine information,
that the spirit gives life to the letter.
To establish that whoever has been so nominated for that position, or even have been asked to act in that capacity, falls short of the requirements. There's a procedure to seek redress.
You talk about aggrieved parties. I'm quite sure you saw yesterday the protests, civil society groups. Everyone is talking on this, the NBA, and even those who opened the law books saying that, look, this is the way it should have gone. And if we had to go by the constitution which we have here, by the portion which Mr. Akeri, the last guest here, did talk about, it means that, well, the president was ill-advised on this particular one because this, they say, is a supreme document.
Well, there is no contention that the Constitution is a supreme document.
Is there contention that there is a section there in the Constitution that also says that you don't take the PCA, you don't suspend the PCA the way it has gone?
The president did not suspend the PCA.
Yes, he accepted the recommendations for him to be retired.
You told us about the inference, and so by inference, if we go back to inference, the rule of inference, by inference, that is what he's done. Because if he's not done that, then he shouldn't have even put someone there.
The acting
capacity.
No, the lawyers will tell you that you cannot allow a lacuna.
Then they shouldn't have allowed them suspend the man the wrong way.
See, what I can assure you is that if, like you mentioned the question of aggrieved party, if people, if the Court of Appeal precedent, you know this thing started from February.
Yes.
The same NJC, when it was promoted, well, you put question mark on that, when it was promoted to the, that is what we know in the eye of the public, to the Supreme Court, and it declined, and all these tantrums started. The same NJC quashed in his favor. There was no noise at that time. You see, I've been part of the civil society, and I've led demonstrations in this country. But in the times when we lead demonstrations in the 80s, we had a responsibility to it. People who want justice must also have responsibility to it.
Okay.
I listened to the civil society yesterday. I could not really get the points of their argument. Most that have been expressed have been public sentiments, which is normal. When you walk down the street and you see a big man with a big car trying to fight an Okada man, the public sentiment is in favor of that Okada man. For that, the Okada man has brushed his car, has destroyed his traffickers, the public don't want to know.
Are you saying that's the typology of what's going on?
This is the psychology of what is going on. They believe, because in this case, hierarchically, the CJN is supposed to be superior. All
right, let's end with the comment on this, if you will.
Yes.
There are those who also say, hypothetically, that this also can pass as typology of what's going on. If you were in court with your landlord
Yes.
And then the matter is ongoing. Then he comes up with, and then evicts you forcefully, throws everything
Or
out.
takes the roof off.
What does that amount to?
That illustration does not suffice in this.
No, predicating on the fact that there's a matter in court.
Well, you see, the way I insist on this matter is that every suggestion that the president should be the one to adjudicate in this matter is not proper.
Right? We didn't say he should be the one to adjudicate.
The president has a responsibility to his oath of office.
All right. To obey his oath of office. That's what you're saying.
Sure.
All right,
and to be fair to all manners of men.
Thank you very much.
And that he has also demonstrated that he subscribed to the tenets of the rule of law. And I've given you illustration.
All right.
In the assumption of office. You can also see that even some of the so-called, you can call the fundamentals of this crisis.
Okay. Well, at a
were
time
judgments that was to a disfavor of his own party.